Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I have Yasir Saeed with me, and he's got his channel, Yasir Saeed IELTS.
Yes.
And Yasir is wonderful. He's actually helped me recover my IELTS channel. And now you can see my videos on my IELTS channel, okay?
Thank you so much,
yes,
sir. Thanks for the
compliment.
compliments.
I mean, when he came to my house, at that time, I was out of my mind. My channel was hacked. It vanished all of a sudden.
Unfortunately, that is far too common taking place these days. So
and then Yasir exchanged so many emails with YouTube, with Google. And after 16 to 18 hours in the morning, he called me and said, "Sir, check your YouTube channel. It's back." And I was like, "Oh, thank God." Okay.
That was a lifeline. That is life coming back.
Exactly. So Yasir, I mean, you appear in IELTS test and you got listening 8.5. Reading 8.5, writing 8.5, mashallah, this is extremely, I mean, this is very good bench score, 8.5 in writing, mashallah, and 7.5 in speaking. And I'm sure if you would have applied for EOR, you would have achieved 8.5 in speaking as well, right?
Yeah.
It must be the mistake of examiner, because writing 8.5 and speaking 7.5, they cannot justify it, okay? Now, I would like to talk to you about reading, and you appear in academic test.
No, this was general.
Then general training. Okay, that's very good. So I would like to talk to you about your reading time management. And like, are you a good reader? That's why you achieved 8.5? Or what were your strategies, especially how to read the question and how to find the answers? So just, I mean, I want you to give some tips on your own about reading and how your experience was, because you are a very good case study for my students who are looking for 8.5 in general training. Reading means you need actually 38, 39 correct answers.
30.
Then the 38 or 39.
I think 37 or 38 was...
Yeah, then you get 8.5. So, mashallah, very good. Please go on.
Okay, thank you so much, Jazakallah, Asad Saeed. Thank you for having me on your channel. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Asad Yaqub, Yasir Saeed, and I got an 8.5 in IELTS general training reading. Here are my few tips that I've practiced. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you one mouthpiece and 2 ears. That's because you listen more, you consume more, and you speak less. That does not apply on speaking, but when it comes to reading and listening, the more you read, the more you listen, will eventually help you. That is, of course, that is the universal proven tip.
Okay.
If you want to improve your reading, you have to read more. And you need to understand the type of question, the type of paragraphs.
Okay.
So it's in general, it's mostly magazine and newspaper based. In academic, it's a slightly tougher because you're applying for studies abroad. So it is going to be from different articles, from academic papers, from research papers. So it has a bit difficult.
Okay.
I'll cover both of these.
All right, please.
So for general, tip number 1 is read books, fiction or non-fiction. Highlight words and Google their meaning and write them down. Number 1.
That's good.
Number 2, again, let's talk about reading for academic. Download research papers on different topics such as science, such as medicine, such as business, economy, because a lot of topics in IELTS are covered in 3 or 4 domains. Number 1 is business. Number 2 is economics. Number 3 is marketing. Number 4 is history.
Okay.
Vikings.
Yeah.
A lot of paragraphs on Viking. You've done that as well on your channel as well. So those domains, 5 or 6 papers for each domain, go through them.
Good.
It should not exactly have to be past papers.
Okay.
It could be any academic papers. Just go through them and read a few paragraphs so you have a good understanding of the structure of the type of questions, the paragraphs that will be appearing. Point number 2, this applies to academic and general, computer-based or paper-based. Whenever you get the paper, my personal experience is don't read the question, don't read the paragraphs.
Okay.
Don't read the statements.
Okay.
Go to the questions.
Yeah, that's good.
Go to the questions, read the question, and then use the highlighter if you're doing paper-based.
But in actual exam, they don't allow highlighters. So pencil is fine.
Yeah,
pencil is fine.
That's what exactly I wanted to. And basically, there's a highlighter option on computer-based. So you can actually highlight that statement on computer. Highlight that and then move on. Now, you might be saying that, Yasir, 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 5 questions that suppose true, false, not given. Why should I read the questions before the paragraph? That's because the questions that IELTS offers you are in a logical order.
They are, yeah.
Okay, and when they are in a logical order, you can be safely sure that these questions, so the first question could be from, if it is from the first paragraph, then the fifth question is not going to be from the first paragraph.
That's right.
It has to be from the second last or last paragraph. So read the questions and then highlight them in the statement.
Okay.
And then once you're done, it will take about 10 to 15 minutes at max to do all of these.
Right.
Once you're done with these, you will have 45 to 50 minutes to do the test. Now, you come to true, false, and not given. It is true if it matches 100%. If it is false if it is contradiction.
Okay.
It is not given even if the half of the statement is there, but what's provided is not covered there. So it's not given.
All right.
When it comes to matching headings, when you're solving it, of course, you have to read the entire paragraph.
Yes, paragraph, yeah.
First, read the heading, understand its meaning, and then read paragraphs and see if ye heading, with this heading matches this statement.
Good.
Okay, and in the exact same way, then we have true, false, not given. We have matching headings.
Yeah, multiple choice
we have
sentence completion.
multiple sentence completion, which we refer to, in our common language as fill in the blanks. Again, are in a logical order.
Okay.
And the word that comes in the blanks is the exact same word you can find in the passage.
Exactly.
So this is actually going to be easy for you because there are no synonyms. It has to be the exact word that you. So if it is exact word in reading, there is no problem. You can easily find it.
Okay. All right. So I would like to ask you some further questions about reading. How to manage time? Time management is issue for academic IELTS candidates and even general training candidates. They don't complete it and you have to transfer the answers at the same time. But in computer level, you don't need to transfer answers anywhere. So what do you recommend for good time management in reading?
So a lot of time is saved in computer-based because you're solving the question right then and there. You don't have to take any more time to transfer
the answers.
That is the first thing you save time. Number two, do not panic.
That's important.
Do not panic. Don't think that there are 3 paragraphs, I have to read them, I have an hour. No. Follow along first the questions, highlight those questions, keywords in the statement, and then read them out. And then solve them one by one. Use a logical order. IELTS follows a logical, specifically the reading section, it follows a logical order.
Okay.
That's
good. Okay, now I'd like to go on and ask you, like, how many tests have you had you solved before appearing in actual IELTS exam? And what were those resources, like Cambridge books or some other study material?
All of this is available. I did not buy any of the material.
Okay.
I downloaded all of it. One source was your channel.
Okay, that's
to
good.
be honest. And the other source was this Cambridge books.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
And the total test that I practiced for reading, I guess the total paragraphs could be a lot, but if you're talking about a complete reading module test, it would be again 8 to 10.
All right, just 8 to 10.
Yeah,
tests.
just 8 to 10.
So, like, are you a good reader?
Yes, I am a good reader.
So, what sort of book?
It took me about, I guess, half an hour to complete the entire readings.
My goodness, in actual exam as well.
Yeah, actual exam. Right. Yeah, because I'm a good reader. You don't read every paragraph. You have to skim and scan through.
That's right.
You have to skim and scan through it. So you need to understand the reading habit. To read that, you have to have the habit of reading.
That's right. Absolutely right. So what do you recommend my students who just completed their intermediate +2 and those who are looking for immigration, they are struggling with general training IELTS and they have their answers wrong. What do you finally recommend? What should they do?
For reading?
For reading. They've got only 4 to 8 weeks, sometimes 12 weeks. So during this time, what should they adopt or what sort of habits they should adopt that they get their desired bench score?
Number one, go to Cambridge website and download the previous papers, the Cambridge test books.
Good.
Number one. Number two, watch Asad Yaqub's reading modules. That is important.
Okay,
number three, which is extremely important, buy some books not online. Because if you read on computer, you will get tired too easily and too soon. So you won't be able to buy books, printed books, and read them. For general, buy non-fiction. For academic, buy fiction. If you want to prepare for academic, 3 or 4 novels,
All right.
short novels, that is fiction, because fiction has difficult language.
Okay,
It has
okay,
difficult.
yeah,
So
it
the more
does.
difficult you read and you understand, it will be easier for you to do the IELTS academic.
Good.
For general, वहाँ पे they're just going there to make money.
Okay.
You know, they're not going there for studies.
Okay.
So it's going to be a little bit easier for you. But that being said, don't take it for granted. You just need to buy some printed books. Could be any non-fiction books, just like I mentioned earlier. You can also, there are different books. There are self-help books, motivational books. You can also download some papers from the internet on economy, business, as I mentioned earlier, marketing, general information that is educative in nature.
All right.
And practice the habit of reading.
Okay.
If you don't practice the habit of reading, if you don't practice the habit of quick reading, skimming through it, scanning through it, it is going to be difficult.
That's fantastic, Yasir. Thank you so much. And guys, this is first-hand information. Yasir appeared in IELTS exam. He got 8.5 in reading, and now he's sharing his ideas on that. And Yasir's got his own IELTS channel as well. Yasir Saeed IELTS.
8.5.
Yasir Saeed Saeed and IELTS. And you should actually subscribe to his channel as well. So Yasir, thank you so much, and I'm really glad. And I'm sure my subscribers, my students, I love my students very much. They would have learned a lot, and I would often invite you in the future as well.
I mean, the information that it's people like you provide on channel, it is worth in gold.
Okay.
So even if you are unable to attend online classes, or if you are unable to come physically in Lahore and attend them, even watching these classes is considered that you're actually paying for them.
I've given my 100% on YouTube.
I mean, whatever Sir Asad Yaqub is actually teaching in real time, he's giving it away for free.
Exactly, I'm giving it away. Exactly.
So there is no reason for you to say, get him, I can't do it.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. I also teach IELTS online all over the world and on campus here in Lahore. If you wish to be the part of my online or on-campus IELTS classes, my WhatsApp number is given. You can contact me for that. Once again, thank you so much, Yasir.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
a lot. I'm really happy.
Same here. Same
Thank
here.
you. Take care, guys. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, everyone.